Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Football Manager 2017. We're playing as Huddersfield in the upcoming 2017 to the 2018 season. Welcome back to some more Football Manager. I'll put the mod in the description below that allows you to play with Newcastle, Brighton and Huddersfield in the new season. So guys, if you still are enjoying Football Manager and want to see more, I can't stress this enough. I have a small but loyal following of Football Manager on the channel. I want to produce more content for you guys, so yeah, kind of help me out and support me in this sort of endeavor for Football Manager. The best thing you guys can do is leave a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comment section down below players you'd like me to sign. Would you like to see season 2 of this Football Manager series? So in today's episode, we have a whopping 12 matches, and we're going to be finishing season 1 here today. 12 matches, the first of which is against, of course, Swansea. Unfortunately, my goalkeeper Ward is out injured. We're going to be playing Berbatov, Joshua King, Grealish, Moy, Hogg, Van Laar, Lowe, Schindler, Hef, Smith, and we're going to be playing Coleman in goal. Like I said, we have 12 matches in today's episode. We're going to be finishing off the season. The first of which is against Swansea, of course. Jermaine Defoe signing from Southampton. Obviously, they got relegated now. But yeah, obviously in real life, he joined Bournemouth. In this alternative history, he signed for Swansea. We're 2-0 down now. So the second match of today's episode is against Chelsea. Then we face West Ham, Man City, Watford, Brighton, Newcastle, Everton, Crystal Palace, Arsenal, Bournemouth and Liverpool. And then we're going to be recapping the stats for the season and going through all the stuff. Berbatov scores his 11th goal of the season, making it 2-1 home at Huddersfield. So the main objective for this season is to not get relegated and hopefully go far in the Cups. We got knocked out of the EFL, but we're still in the FA Cup, of course. We're doing pretty well. We're currently sitting in 16th position before this match, but Jermaine Defoe is determined not to score. But Joshua King signing in January, along with the two former Manchester United players, McTominay and Willock. And Berbatov makes it 2-2. Joshua King combining. We had a bit of a striker crisis in this Football Manager series. Wells, my prominent attacking player going forward, my striker, picked up a 9-month injury, which was huge. I really miss Wells. We had Berbatov, who's sort of my trick or keister target man, but we needed to bring in a new striker in January, so we brought in Joshua King for £8 million, and my God, how he has impressed, bringing us back there, charging the forward line. We do have two Germans on the bench, Ellis and Colin, who are being okay, but we could try and get them on permanent deals. We're currently sitting in 15th position in the Premier League. Arsenal first, Liverpool second, United third, Man City fourth, Tottenham 5th and Chelsea 6th. Brighton, Swansea and West Brom. Brighton, Swansea look really nailed on to get relegated. I think we've saved our promotion here. Sorry, not promotion, to stay in another season in the Premier League. We're currently hitting 30 points, but the thing is, right, we need to try and get as high up the table as possible. As long as we don't get relegated, I'm happy and the board is happy. We could get sacked at the end of the season, you never know, but it's going to be interesting to see. It is currently the 25th of February 2017. We're going to go with the Jose Mourinho 5 at the back, park the bus, allowing Joshua King to charge the forward line, Grealish to be the inside forward, free reign to do whatever pretty much he wants to do. We've got Aaron Moy attacking forward. We have Hogg being the ball winner, the midfielder there. We've got Billing in the defensive midfield, sort of holding back. And we've got Lowe, Mexes, Schindler, Hef, Smith and Ward. The players we signed this season were, of course, McTominay, Willock, Joshua King, Jack Grealish, and of course Mexes and Berbatov on free contracts. So Conte is playing a 3 at the back formation. A couple of newly signed players here. Lung, I think I'd say his name. I'm not entirely sure. They've actually brought back Nathan Ake. We're going to go with the defensive mentality. Let's park the bus at Stamford Bridge and hopefully we can get some points here today. Aspilicueta pops it over the top to Cesc Fabregas, but Diego Costa picks up the crumbs just before the 28th, making it 1-0. A poor defensive display from Huddersfield. But yeah, guys, I'm sort of, if we do manage to not get relegated this series, I don't know what sort of format, or if you guys would even want to see season 2 of the Huddersfield series. I might just do like a highlight series. I've played every single match on camera for the first season. I think that might be a bit excessive next season, so maybe only play against sort of the top sides and just try and see how far I can go with Huddersfield. But Hogg brings us back to 1-1 just before the 45th, a really nice clinically taken goal, and that's how the result finished. A 1-1 draw against Chelsea. We need to get as many points as possible, you know. So a draw against Chelsea, who are in 6th, is not bad for us. Arsenal look very close to winning the Premier League, followed by Liverpool, Man City, Man United. Chelsea are not doing very well whatsoever. So 2 draws to start this episode off. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. We've roughly spent around about £20 million on those signings as well. So let's get stuck into West Ham here today. This currently sitting in 8th. Not too bad for the Hammers. We're going away down to the London Stadium to hopefully try and pick up a result. We're 2 points ahead on 31 against Stoke. West Brom, Brighton still down the bottom. My managerial stuff is still secure. They're disappointed that we're not playing possession football. The 5-0 victory over West Brom was good. We're going to be playing a 5 at the back here today against West Brom. I'm going to be bringing off Lowe because he has a red card, unfortunately. So we're going to be playing Holmes Dennis. And if I'm playing a 5 at the back, I like to start with King firstly, because he's obviously a young, energetic, quick, complete forward who can really run it and test the defence. The best form of defence is attack, and especially letting Grealish and King run havoc. It gives time for the defensive line to hold the line, and allow, obviously, Hogg to break up the play, being the ball winner, and Billing being the defensive midfield player. We can bring on Berbatov late into the 70th. He's getting a little bit older. I think he's like 35, but he scored like 12 goals this season. Absolutely insane. I am worried about West Ham's attacking threat of Andre Ayew, Dos Santos. They've got a pretty Nordveit. They've got a really, really good squad. Lanzini there as well. We did lose to them earlier on in the season, I believe. I can't remember specifics, but I feel like we didn't have the best of results. But the former Barcelona boy is now at West Ham, £15 million, Dos Santos. So let's get stuck into the third match of today's episode. Smith. Yes! Smith finds Holmes. His first goal of the season. Holmes Dennis makes it 1-0. And we shoot up to 13th place in the Premier League. Come on, Huddersfield. Yes. Nice clinically taken goal from Holmes there. We're slowly but surely making our progress through the Premier League. Ward. Schindler finds Hogg, who scored against Chelsea before. Tommy Smith finds Joshua King on the volley. It's 2-2 away against West Ham. 10th goal of the season for Joshua King. Roughly around about 7 for Huddersfield. 3 of which obviously from Bournemouth joining in January. But what a steal. £8 million. Joshua King scores another goal for Huddersfield. Come on. Ward with the kick out. Finds Ogbonna. I've made the decision to play a 5 at the back against like the top half sides, and then play a 4 at the back. But Gokim Tor, I think that's how you say his name. The Turkishman hammers at home. But my God, West Ham have a really good attack here. Giovanni, oh my God, Tor again makes it 2-2. Hammering it past me at the London Stadium. 2 consecutive goals back-to-back for the Hammers just before the 56. This is a sensational strike there from the young Turkishman. Firing it past Ward. Slams the back of the net. It's 2-2, and that's how the match ended. 3 draws at the start of this episode. 17-6, 2-2. Probably deserved a couple more goals. We're currently sitting in 16th position. And Stoke are just behind us, West Brom. But there's hardly any points separating 13th and 16th, of course. Only a point. That's where Crystal Palace sit. Okay, guys, welcome to the 4th match of today's episode against Manchester City. 3 draws, Swansea, West Ham and Chelsea. Probably could have won against West Ham. We started off well, and perhaps Chelsea. Berbatov is my top goal scorer with 12 goals, and my leading assister has the highest rating as well. But we picked him up for free, which is absolutely insane. The board still seem rather happy with my accomplishments, and obviously the 5-0 drumming over West Brom. Okay, unfortunately, Aaron Moy is ineligible to play here today against Manchester City because it is his loanee club. Obviously, those contracts for some of the loanees were brought under a previous regime, not me. I would have not put in the contract that they're not allowed to play against their former side because it just affects you way too much. So Ward can't play against Liverpool, Aaron Moy can't play against Manchester City, and Casey Palmer and Izzy Brown can't play against Chelsea. Okay, so Manchester City are playing a 4-3-3. Aguero, Griezmann, yes, Griezmann leading the line, David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. They've also got Joshua Kimmich from Bayern Munich as well. But yeah, they managed to sign him. 6 games, 5 goals. The young Frenchman, Fernandinho, Otamendi. Let's get stuck into Pep Guardiola's Manchester City here today. Griezmann breaking away. Just look how ridiculous he is in Football Manager. And, oh my God, David Silva fires it towards the head of Sergio Aguero, but it wasn't to be. Montoya as well, but that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. 4 draws. I don't believe it. 12-6, 4-7. I don't mind, being honest. A draw against Chelsea, a draw against Man City I'm happy with. We should have definitely come away with wins against West Ham and Swansea at least. So here is the results. You're most welcome to pause and have a look. Man, the 4-4-2 that we've learnt how to be familiar with it has helped us out so much. The 5 at the back's quite solid. I'm not using the 4-3-3 Jurgen Klopp formation, but potentially in Season 2, if we do that, we could evolve the side. The board is still secure with me. They seem relatively happy with me still. I can't seem to loan any of my players out to Stockport as well. No one really seems to want to go. But let's get stuck into Watford. Now, unfortunately, Aaron Moy is on international duty and Hogg has picked up suspension. Like, strikers-wise, we had that sort of crisis with Wells, the major injury. Ward had a couple of niggles at the start. Defensively-wise, with injuries and suspensions, we've been all right. Midfield-wise, at the start, yeah, Hogg has picked up a lot of suspensions. So, yeah, the majors, we haven't really had an injury crisis this year, except for Wells, losing him for 8-9 months, and obviously like the 4 weeks at the start with Danny Ward. Okay, so Troy Deeney is going up against Watford, starting for Watford. Capu and Tom Cleverley on the bench. Okay, Watford. Come on, Joshua King. Yes, Joshua King breaking away on the right-hand side. Whips it into Dimitar Berbatov to make it 1-0. We get moved to 12th place in the Premier League. Put in the comment section down below your bets. Where do you think Huddersfield are going to finish? £20 million have spent, and now we're 13th in the Premier League. Come on, Huddersfield. Man, this is my toughest series I've done to date, and Troy Deeney puts it into the back of the net. Man, this is really going to be the test of my managerial rating. Ward. Come on, Ward. Try and get it back. Another fucking draw. 5 draws in today's episode. We should have beaten Watford here today. They're in 14th. We're on 15th with 34 points. Burnley, Stoke really close behind us. Brighton and Swansea look nailed on for relegation. But if I don't know if we can. I don't think we can mathematically lose now. I haven't calculated. I'm not too sure. I guess we could lose all the remaining 7 matches we got left. We've got Brighton coming up next. But yeah. Look at the insane amount of draws. We haven't had a win until that 5-0 drumming against Southampton. Okay, guys, welcome to the 6th match of today's episode against Brighton. Arsene Wenger's Arsenal look nailed on to be winning the Premier League. It's going to be close at the top of the table. Not too bad for our first season with Huddersfield. The main objective, the board wanted me to not get relegated. Looks like we're going to do that. We're going to be playing the 4-4-2 in today's match. Berbatov, King leading the line. Grealish, Moy, Billing. I'm going to be playing him because Hogg's out. Vanla, Lowe, Schindler, Hef, Smith, and Danny Ward in goal. I want to try and get Aaron Moy and Danny Ward on permanent deals next season. Maybe towards the end of the season we can get them wrapped up. But let me know in the comments players you'd like me to sign if you guys would like to see Season 2, of course. Okay, so we're coming up against Akpom. A pretty decent Brighton squad, but we managed to beat them quite convincingly earlier on in the season. Smith, Vanla, Billing, Billing finds... Oh, yes! Berbatov finds Joshua King. Man, Berbatov playing the Trek Orchestra and Joshua King having the ability to push forward. The 4-4-2, the classic Sir Alex Ferguson, the classic Claudio Ranieri counter-attacking football makes it 1-0 just before the 20th March. Oh, shit. Hemmed, I don't know how to say that, but Brighton make it 1-1, and they're desperate because they're in a really, really tough relegation scrap. Oh my God, Joshua King on the chest makes it 2-1. What a signing. Joshua King scores his 12th goal of the Premier League. Berbatov over the top, hits him on the chest. Him and probably Wells, once he come back, are going to be so good up front next season. I might have to sort of retire Berbatov. Maybe Murphy finds Tomer, and it's 2-2 against Brighton at home. Like I said, they are not down and out for the count. They are really trying to fight and try to get as many points against to avoid relegation. But Billing, the young Dane, makes it 3-2 just before the 48th. What an emphatic scoreline! And we go to 14th. We need to get as high on the ladder as possible because we need that TV deal money. Billing, Grealish, Billing, yes, Berbatov, 4-2 just before the 52nd, 14th goal of the season. He is on relatively high wages, but at the end of the day, guys, we picked him up for free. A Premier League proven player for Spurs and Manchester United. Come on, Huddersfield, just hold on. No, it's 4-3. Anthony there scores his second goal of the season. And that's it. The full-time whistle has blown for the match against Brighton. We've managed to hold on for a win. We're getting to 14th position now, drawing with Stoke, which is insane because they've got the likes of Bojan. They've got Shaqiri. A way better squad than my Huddersfield. Even though I have brought in Joshua King, a lot of United youngsters, obviously McTominay, Willock, and Grealish as well, Berbatov and Mexes. But let's get stuck into Rafa Benitez's Newcastle here today. And then we've got Everton, Crystal Palace, Arsenal, Bournemouth, and Liverpool to finish off the first season. So we're currently sitting in 14th, Bournemouth behind us, Stoke, Burnley, West Brom, Arsenal, roughly, what are they, 9 points ahead of Liverpool in second. Doing very well. I'm blown away that United, Chelsea and Manchester City are so far down, but we've won our first match in quite a while. We're going to be going back to the 4-4-2, the classic Sir Alex Ferguson, the classic Claudio Ranieri counter-attacking football. And like I said before, we play the 5 at the back against the top sides. Berbatov, King leading the line. Grealish, Moy and Hogg in the midfield with Van Laar. I want to probably try and get a new right back next season. Wells is coming back for striker, so he should be all right. Try and get Aaron Moy on a permanent deal. We've got McTominay and Willock to rotate in the midfield. Mitrovic, Perez, Ritchie playing for Newcastle here today. Defence, I'm really quite happy with my German contingent of Hef, Schindler, and Lowe. That's who we have. I nearly forgot him. The captain, Tommy Smith, quite young Englishman as well. And if we can get Danny Ward on a permanent deal as well, that'd be quite good. But Alexander Mitrovic makes it 1-0 just before the first minute. We're 1-0 down against the Toon. Joshua King finds Van Laar. Is that his first goal of the season? It is. Van Laar makes it 1-1 on that right-hand side. I don't really have a proper right-hand side winger. We did have an Irishman. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he was all right. But Van Laar, we probably want to replace, probably get a right-sided right-sided winger next season. But it's 1-1 against Rafa Benitez. Newcastle, no, 2-1 down. Johan Gouffran makes it 2-1. Moy, oh my God, Hef at the back post makes it 2-2 just before the 54th and his first goal of the season. What is this? Van Laar and Hef rising to the occasion. Schindler gets to the header, but Hef at the back post dinks it in like a striker with his right. Dummett from the corner kick, no. 3-2, Muamba. Berbatov loses possession to Carroll. Newcastle on the break. Mitrovic feeds it wide. There's a deflection, but we're on the counter-attack ourselves. King and Berbatov connecting. Come on, Joshua King holding up the play. The Norwegian, the Scandinavian. Billing finds the Great Dane, the Viking legend, Ragnar Lothbrok, Billing, hammers it. Oh my god, Aaron Moy puts it on a plate for him. Billing, the defensive midfielder, sends an absolute bullet past Newcastle. 3-3, and oh my god, Gouffran makes it 4-3. We deserve to be winning this match. Come on. And that's it. A loss against Newcastle here today. Our first in 7 matches. Obviously, we had 5 draws against Watford, Man City, West Ham, Chelsea and Swansea. We had the victory against Brighton. I kind of feel how Brighton fans feel when they lost that, of course. 4-3 match against me. Okay, guys, let's get stuck into Ronald Koeman's Everton. They are in 10th place. We're currently in 15th, 37 points. Bournemouth, 37. Burnley, 33. West Brom with 20 points. Swansea with 17. And Brighton with 16. It was pretty much between 19th and 18th place because Brighton just played woeful this season. Everton are sort of in the top half of the table, so we're going to be going with the Jose Mourinho, 5 at the back, park the bus, and try and get some points. They've got the likes of Romelu Lukaku. They've got Ross Barkley, enough to decimate my defence, so we're going to have to bring in the Frenchman Mexes to hopefully hold the line and help us prevail. We'll bring off Berbatov late in the second half. They've got Balassi, Valencia, Schneiderlin, Baines, Williams, Jagielka, Coleman. Still a pretty solid Everton squad. They got Shane Long on the bench as well, so we're going to have to watch out for that. So, let's get stuck into the Toffees for the 8th match of today's episode. Then we face Crystal Palace, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Liverpool, and then I'll recap the season and go through the stats for you guys. So yeah, hopefully you guys still are enjoying this Football Manager series as much as I am. I'm having an absolute blast. Everton are playing a 4-2-3-1. We're going to have to watch out for Romelu. We've got Schneiderlin as well in the midfield that could really dominate us. We're going with the controlled mentality. Let's get stuck into the Toffees. Coleman, Ross Barkley. Coleman, the right back, finds Romelu Lukaku kind of towards the back post. It was actually a little bit further out. Scores his 13th goal of the season. And we drop down to 15th place below Eddie Howe's Bournemouth. Man, that was unlucky there. Grealish from the corner kick. Oh, it's come out to low. Billing trying to go for a screamer. And we've lost 1-0 against Everton. No, we're starting to crumble but towards the end of the season. But 15th place with this Huddersfield squad, only spending roughly around about £20 million. I think that's a pretty decent result under the circumstances. Okay, so Arsenal are only, 4 points ahead of United in second. Liverpool, Man City, Tottenham, Chelsea. Wow, Chelsea might not get Champions League football this year. We're currently sitting in 16th position, 1 point behind Bournemouth and Stoke. There's not much in it. There's really, really not much in it between, 16th and 12th. Watford on 45 in their position. We're going to be playing the 5 at the back against Crystal Palace simply because we got smashed the last time we faced them. Remy and Benteke did a job on me. So, like I said, I usually try and play against sides in the top half with a 5 at the back and then with the bottom half where I think I can win. We usually play the 4-4-2, but I don't think I can win against Crystal Palace. They play Punchin, Benteke and Remy are so good up front. We're going to have to play the 5 at the back. Hogg hunting down. Oh my god, how the hell has he got that back? Aaron Moy fires. Aaron Moy makes it 1-0 just before the 34th. The 3rd goal of the season. Hogg intercepts, tackling him. Aaron Moy, the young Australian, my countryman, fires it ahead of Joshua King. And Mandanda concedes. Kelsey Palmer, fresh off the bench. Punchin. Davies. Benteke, Davies back to Benteke. Ward, come on Ward, you're going to have to hold on here, my friend. No! I swear to God, there was a similar goal from Benteke in the first time we faced Palace. But that's it. The full-time whistle has blown. A 1-1 draw against Big Sam's Crystal Palace. We move to 15th place. But it's really insane that there's only like 6 points between like 15th, 16th and 12th. There's hardly anything in it. It's a really big scrap for the mid-table finishes there. And we need to try and get as high up on the table as possible to of course get that TV money. But Arsenal have officially won the Premier League. How insane is that? Obviously, Leicester won it last season, but Arsene Wenger's Arsenal have won it. Mathematically, Manchester United cannot. We've actually beaten them this season. We actually smashed their unbeaten run. We won like, I think it was 1-0, of course. Okay, so we've got the last 3 matches in today's episode and for the first season. The board is still stable with me. We're going to be playing the 5 at the back, of course. Unfortunately, Chris Lowe is injured, so we're going to have to bring on Dennis Holmes, who's done all right this season. 5 matches, 1 goal. He's been doing pretty well. Oh, shit, he's actually injured. Fuck, so we're going to have to bring on Jordan Williams, the 17-year-old. We haven't really got anyone who can play on that left-back side. Oh, shit. Dennis Holmes injured. So we'll play Jordan Williams, who is my right. He's a youngster, 17 years of age, right back. Man, he's going to have a baptism of fire. His debut here today against the Gunners. Let's see if they're actually playing a strong squad, even though they've won. Maybe they're just trying to get as many points as possible. I don't know. Welbeck, Sanchez, Ozil, Iwobi. I think it's a pretty strong squad. Coquelin, Ramsey, especially Mustafi, Bellerin, and Koscielny. Peter Cech in goal. Alrighty, let's go with the defensive mentality and try and claim some points against the Gunners. And that's it. 1-0 just before the 7th. Alexis Sanchez scores his another goal. Fucking hell. Ramsey. Oh my god. It's been disallowed. Thank God. I think Ramsey might have intercepted Welbeck there. And that's another match concluded. A 2-0 loss against Arsenal. We still remain in 16th place of the Premier League. Burnley are pretty far behind us, but we've sort of capitulated towards the end. Like, we could have been much higher than when we were. We've got 2 final matches, Bournemouth and Liverpool, here today in the Premier League. And let's sort of see how these matches go out. Bournemouth are in 14th, but there's like nothing in it, you know? Like, we should be a lot higher than what we are. Going to be playing the 5 at the back against Eddie Howe's Bournemouth here today. King, Grealish, Moy, Hogg, Billing, Lowe, Mexes, Schindler, Heff and Smith, and we got Ward. 8 wins, 14 draws this season. Not bad, if I do say so myself. We've got 14 draws. We've got the most, 14 losses. We've got the most draws in the Premier League. Joshua King facing his former side. Barisha up front with Williams, Arthur Gradle. Pretty solid squad. But let's let Joshua King hopefully wreak havoc against his former squad. And hopefully they regret losing him for £8 million. Moy over the top makes it 1-0 against Eddie Howe's Bournemouth just before the 19th. Lowe, back from his short little injury. Moy on the chest, hammers it outside the box. It's 1-0 down against the Cherries at home. And that's how the result ended. A 1-0 victory over Bournemouth puts us up to 15th place. And they're, 3 teams on 41 points? Stoke, Bournemouth and myself. Crystal Palace on 43. And, of course, Leicester on 44. Unfortunately, Joshua King's out for 2 to 3 days, which is fine. But so he might miss the last day of the season against Liverpool. I'm trying to get Ward on a permanent deal. We're going to try and get him. We're trying to get him loaned first, and then probably try and get him on a permanent deal. There's no harm in getting transfers early and try and get them done as quickly as possible. Okay, guys, welcome to the final match of the season against Liverpool. After that, we're going to be going through the stats. Mane is out injured. Danny Ward is ineligible, unfortunately. Izzy Brown's away. And Wells, to be fair, we're not really playing Izzy Brown that much anyway. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to play Coleman. He's played 6 matches this season. We're going to need more goalkeeping depths as well. But Wells is actually going to make it on the bench. which is, interestingly enough, he's slowly but surely recovering from that horrific 8 to 9 month injury. He's got like, he's not ready, but I thought we'll bring him on. He can just being back and sitting on the bench, Wells, yeah, we'll sort of bring him back to familiarity for football. Arsenal won the Premier League, followed by United. We'll obviously go through the stats once it ended. So, Sabitzer, Sturridge, Origi, Wijnaldum, Henderson, Lovren, Emre Can. So, pretty strong Jurgen Klopp squad. Let's get stuck into Liverpool here today. Jordan Henderson on the break. Daniel Sturridge finds... Divock Origi makes it 1-0 just before the third, and we're 1-0 down very early on against Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold played really well against United in real life, and he's just done the dirty on me. 2-1 down against Liverpool with Huddersfield here today. Grealish, Berbatov, and that's it. A 3-0 loss here today against Liverpool. Danny Ings, Arnold, and Origi picking up the goals, unfortunately. We managed to receive £9.9 million for finishing 16th. Man, we should have finished higher up. But that's it. The Premier League has concluded. Arsenal won, followed by United, Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, Everton in 7th, West Ham in 8th, Newcastle in 9th, Southampton in 10th, Leicester in 11th. We're obviously finishing 16th. Swansea, Brighton, West Brom getting relegated. Man, we missed out by a higher finish by the smallest of margins. Berbatov was drawn in the... he was nearly the top goal scorer of the Premier League. Aguero scored 14. Berbatov scored 13. How insane is that? Not really anyone else up there in the stats, really. Berbatov is our top goal scorer. Aaron Moy is our key man, apparently. He's probably worth the most, but I think Berbatov is really the most impressive player. The four... Oh, okay, right. Okay, let's go through the stats. I was just sort of reading some stuff there. So Jack Grealish against West Ham scored the goal of the season. Berbatov is the best player of the season, and Berbatov was the signing of the season. So let's have a look at Jack Grealish's screamer against West Ham. So it's sort of, we're stable. You never know. Huddersfield could sack us for a better option. But I think we've done pretty well to finish where we are with Huddersfield in our first season. Here we go. Grealish at the edge of the box. That was against West Ham to seal the points, wasn't it? Just before the 83rd. 1-0 against West Ham. Man, I remember that Jack Grealish screamer was insane. Most forgettable moment, 5-0 loss against United. And the highlight was our first match when we won 5-2 against... Leicester in our first match. Barcelona and Real Madrid in the Champions League final. United won the EFL Cup, and the FA Cup is still yet to be played. So we finished in 16th position. We could have finished a hell of a lot higher. £60 million is the budget for next season, and we have a £1 million wage as well. Settings, we only had £20 million last season. That's absolutely insane. So yeah, guys, we finished in 16th position on 41 points. Bournemouth in 15th with 41 points. Stoke on 14th with 42 points. So we could have finished as high as 14th if we picked up just a couple more points. Watford finishing in 13th, though, with 47. We're just ahead of Burnley in 17th. West Brom, Brighton, and Swansea. It's insane that Swansea got relegated. The team of the season was Joshua King, Berbatov, Grealish, Moy, Billing. So Hogg wasn't there. Vandler, Lowe, Hef, Schindler, Tommy Smith and Danny Ward. Berbatov was the signing of the season. Obviously, Jack Grealish's screamer. But the young player was Billing, not McTominay or Willock. Anyway, guys, unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, you have enjoyed this Huddersfield series as much as I've had. We've hit our objective of avoiding relegation and finishing in 16th spot with the potential of nearly rising to 14th. Without that capitulation at the end, was a good season for Huddersfield, I believe. I would have loved to go further in the EFL Cup and the FA, but it just sucks that we kind of got unlucky against Southampton And then we drew against Liverpool in the FA, and we couldn't play our first choice goalkeeper in Danny Ward. So guys, let me know in the comment section down below if you would like to see Season 2 of the Huddersfield Football Manager series. The best way to let me know and show your support is leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you're new around here. Like I said, we've got a small but loyal football manager following on the channel, and I want to see it grow and prosper. So I would really appreciate your support. So next season, we're obviously going to try and go higher than 16th. I don't know if I'll play every single match. No, not play, sorry. Like show extended highlights for those matches, because these episodes are quite long. So if you watched all the way through, put in the comment section down below Simpzy loves turtles to fuck with the other subscribers. That's Simpzy loves turtles. But yeah, we want to try and get higher, maybe try and get some European football. It's going to be a long sort of haul, so maybe I should only play against teams in the top 5, show the extended highlights for that, and just sort of play the rest off camera. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we should do that, or maybe you want to see every single match like this time around. I'm not entirely sure. So next season, 4-4-2, I still feel we're going to play. Wells is going to be back. He's going to be up top with Joshua King. We might have to get rid of Berbatov because his wages, but what a season Berbatov has. My God, 12 goals back in the Premier League, 35 years of age. I'm happy with Grealish on the left. Squad depth is going to be a major thing. Aaron Moy and Hogg in the midfield. We probably can get another better central midfielder than Hogg. Right-hand side, we definitely need someone on that right-hand side. Van Laar's okay, but we need someone better. We probably can get someone better. I quite like my German contingent at the back. Lowe, Schindler, Hef, and the captain Tommy Smith. I'm very, very happy with that defence. Maybe we can bring in some rotations. Danny Ward, try and get him on a permanent deal along with Aaron Moy, and we'll try and get Wells back to fitless. Mexes and Berbatov we might let go because they are on rather high wages, but we did pick them up for free. That's pretty much it, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below players you would like me to sign. We'll slowly bring through McTominay and Willock. We've got £60 million to blow, guys. How insane is that? So maybe we should loan out McTominay and Willock. I sort of brought them in as squad depth because we're better off buying youngsters than buying sort of old retiring players now. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed this Football Manager season as much as I've had. I've had an absolute blast. If you guys want to stay connected with me on my social media links, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and Steam group there as well. If you guys want to pick up Football Manager for a cheap price, check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below. For cheap and reliable games, you can pick up Football Manager, you can pick up some PSN and Xbox codes for Ultimate Team packs and whatnot there as well. Thanks guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos on the channel. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye. Mahrez whips it into the box. Royce! That is just ridiculous. With the layup, Marco Royce.